All right. Christmas is coming. What? I'm happy. Yes and no. Yes, because I love Christmas. We bought some presents for my daughter. She's got 2 hats. Very cute, like an animal, like a penguin hat. And she got, she got a little chair and tables because she wants to sit and draw. She's going to have a good Christmas. I will have a terrible Christmas because my wife is very bad at buying presents. You know what she gave me for my birthday, which was last month? Guess. Think of something you don't need, you don't want. What? Socks. That's exactly what she got me. She got me socks. It's a common present for people with no socks. I have lots of socks. I don't need them. I mean, okay, to be fair, they're nice socks. They're good socks. But they're socks. I don't know, I'm good at buying presents. But this is the most important question today. My wife, it was her birthday in October. I got her lots of things. She got me socks, I got her lots of things. I don't know what to buy her for Christmas. So your first task is to help me choose a Christmas present.
Okay.
I will give you 2 minutes. Discuss. Come up with some ideas. Tell me. Go. In English.
What's she like?
Socks, yeah. It's just socks. Merry Christmas. What is she like? Nothing. That's why it's difficult to buy.
Like my mom?
Like your mother, yeah. My mother, she's also difficult to buy presents for. Come on, 2 minutes. Quick. Think of something nice. Think of something you would buy for your girlfriend. Think of something you want for yourself. What? A ranch. A ranch is like where you keep cows. A muchan. A necklace. I got her a necklace for her birthday. A wrench. For what? Fix my car. Why? Why would you buy someone a wrench? Guys, do you know what a wrench is? That's a wrench. Why would you buy someone a wrench for the birthday? Your classmate, maybe no one likes your classmate. Oh, it's your birthday, here's a wrench. I'm serious, you got 2 minutes, go. I got her a phone for her birthday. What is that? That is nuts. I don't know how to search for that. She showed me this. I think I will be divorced also. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Enjoy. That's what you want for Christmas? Okay. A watch. I bought her a watch last year for Christmas. See, she has everything. I'm great with presents. My keys. What do you mean, my keys? Oh, kiss. I thought you said 钥匙, keys. So why would I give her my keys? She has her own keys for the house. What am I gonna? Now you have 2 keys for the house. So she can lock me out. Okay, they're actually quite nice. That's pretty cool, to be honest with you. I do like that. That's a good idea. There, these ones, right? That's a good idea. That's not a bad. Also, they're better socks than she got me. She got me normal socks. I get her cool socks. She's difficult to, her style. I buy her clothes. She doesn't like them. Spaghetti. Man, she's Italian. You think we don't have spaghetti in my house? My house is full of spaghetti. Stinky tofu. Yeah. They're also divorced. Anyone else? You guys are She's not bad. She's crazy, but she's not bad. Emily, do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend, Emily? No. No? Is that why? I want a turtle shell. Bye. Sorry, Emily. I'm very busy. I'm busy this weekend. I can't ever see you again. Oh, Jesus. Now what? That one. Emily suggested this one. Emily, you will die alone. Anyone else? One more. Not Emily. Please. Girls, come on, help me. Now is not the time to be silent. Now is the time to share your brilliant ideas. Not a wrench, not a turtle dinosaur costume. Why can't you be normal? Amber, well, you sleep a lot, but you're kind of normal. What would you suggest? A pillow. Ona, any ideas? Tiny? Earrings? I got her earrings. She has lots of earrings. See, I'm a good husband. Jessica, any ideas? Money. It's always so thoughtful. No? Elisa? Alicia? Alicia. I know a girl called Elisa. Alicia. So. Amelia? No?
Does she like jade?
Yeah. She bought herself a jade necklace recently. I know. It's really hard. She has everything.
You can give the money and that's all.
A credit card. Yeah.
Maybe certificate.
Write a card by myself. Who else is going to write the card? Of course I will write her a Christmas, Merry Christmas. I wrote it myself. I'm 40 years old. I wrote the Christmas card by myself. All by myself.
You can do it in PowerPoint.
You know, something like a photo album of our family with the baby. That might be nice, no? All the memories. What do you think?
But it will be not only for presents, but for you too.
Shut up. Right, let's start the class because you're useless.
Really?
Yeah,
It's upset.
you didn't help me. So now you have to learn. Emily helped kind of, but not really. Thank you, Emily, for your ideas. How old are you, Emily? 18, not 8. Dinosaur costume. 18-year-old girl. Right. Here are some new words for you. Are you ready? Get some paper, get a pen. We're going to watch a video. Yes. Yes. Videos are fun. Why don't you like videos? Of course it's an English video. It's an English class. Well, great. You live in Taiwan, so you can watch all the Chinese videos you like outside of this class. First of all, do we have sound? Because last time... Yes, we do. Fantastic, fantastic. There we go. Right, here's your first word. Decompose. Just like the socks that my wife bought for me are now decomposing outside somewhere. No, no, no. Is that right? Is the Chinese correct? Yeah, okay. So compose means to make something, right? So decompose is to unmake something. Next one, discard. To throw away, discard. Again, just like my wife's socks. Mary, happy birthday, thank you, discard. No, they're comfortable socks, they're good socks. I was wearing them yesterday. I should have worn them today, and then I could show you my... Next one, landfill. A landfill is just the place where you throw away all the garbage. Can I rub this off the board? Yes. Anyway, you can't, the Christmas cookies, oh, that's a good idea. I could make Christmas cookies. Thanks. Right, debris. I think this is a French word. You don't say the S. So you don't say debris, you say debris. Brie is also a kind of cheese, B-R-I-E. It's very good. You can buy it in Jalafu. I recommend you try brie. Next one. Entangled. Entangled is when you get caught in something. Usually a rope of some kind or string. I'm sorry, I didn't have time to translate it into Ukrainian.
I see.
But you can do it yourself. No? Toxins is like a poison, something which will hurt you if you ingest it, if you swallow or eat. Jessica, what are you drinking? What? Grape milk. Okay, that sounds like a toxin. Grape milk. How do grapes and milk go together? Taiwan is weird. You have weird things. I don't know how you're all alive, because your food... There's a place there's a place on Zhongshan Lu. It's like a tea shop. And they sell a tea, I'm not kidding, it's cheese flavored. Yeah. I've seen it. It says cheese tea. Cheese tea. Yeah. So it's not milk, it's grape juice and cheese. That sounds worse. Oh, that's much better. Cheese and grape. Okay, what the hell? Right, food chain. Jose, do you like the food here? No. Kate?
Not all.
Not all? Or do you like that? No, so? Sorry, guys. Your famous Taiwanese cuisine is not...
Especially stinky tofu.
Yeah, Although to be fair, like we complain about stinky tofu because it smells disgusting, right? But yesterday I made a beautiful pasta, beautiful spaghetti, right? But I used blue cheese to make a sauce, and man, the smell was so strong. It was delicious, but the smell is like bah! When you're cooking it, especially. So I understand, like, you know, a lot of Taiwanese don't like cheese. I hear, because it smells, especially blue cheese, because it smells very strong. So I understand. But it's still better than stinky tofu. Anyway, biodegrade. Biodegrade and decompose are very similar, right? Biodegrade means naturally, right? So something can naturally decompose. Because it's biological, right? So, for example, is this biodegradable? Can this biodegrade? Probably. What's it made of? It's made of paper, right? Paper comes from trees, so it's natural. So it will biodegrade, right? But plastic, everything's plastic, plastic will not, right? Because it's not a natural material. It's a synthetic material. All right, so let's practice. Decompose. You don't have to say it like that. Decompose. Discard. Landfill. Debris. Debris. Why am I hearing S? Do I say S? Debris. Is there a snake in this classroom? Debris. Entangled. Entangled. Toxins. Actually, it should be toxins with a Z, not an S. Because? Why? Do you remember this? Did I teach this to you? ED ending. So, toxins. Okay, that's a little rule for you. Okay? That'll help you. Food chain and biodegrade. Right. Toxins, meaning in Ukrainian. Toxichny. You keep changing your answer. How many words for toxins do you have in Ukrainian? In Portuguese? What? Tosh. That's the same.
It's Latin, no?
Yeah, either that or Greek. I'm not sure. Toxin. I don't know. Entangled. Meaning? Okay. Food chain. So the food chain is, you know, like the worm eats the dirt, the bird eats the worm, the cat eats the, you know. Chain is like a chain. What? Say again?
It's Portuguese.
Oh, yeah. I was like, I don't understand your English. It's because you're speaking Portuguese, that's right. Sorry, thank you. Discard. Meaning? Yeah, throw away. Oh my God. Debris. Amber's asleep. Meaning? She looks like she's in pain. You know? She's like... Amber, Amber. Biodegrade. Meaning? It's taken me 35 minutes to do 8 words. Decompose. Go. Discard. Entangled. Debris. Biodegrade. Toxins. Decompose. Food chain. Landfill. All right, so we're going to watch a video about the life cycle of a plastic bottle. How interesting. So these are some questions I would like you to answer. They're very easy. Yes. How long does it take for a plastic bottle to decompose? What does that mean? Translate for me. Okay. Number 2. How many plastic-filled garbage patch? You remember patch? We learned this last week. You're quiet. So how many plastic-filled garbage patches are there in the world's oceans? Yeah, your Chinese grammar is all backwards. Number 3, why do sea animals starve to death? Number 4, how do toxins get from the sea into our bodies? Doesn't say 多少, it says how. Yes. 怎么 enter our bodies. Right. Oh my God. Right. Toxins from the sea, how do they get into our bodies? Right. Number 5. How is a plastic bottle turned into something else? Okay? This is, I'm a university teacher, they say. I'm like a clown or an actor or a mime. This is how I teach English, is by pretending to be animals. Right, okay, do you understand the questions? I don't care. Let's go. Yes, you understand, you translated them, you're all fine. Right, Jesus Christ. Right.
给他来照啊！
等一下，再抱一下嘛。
受不了呢！
Your adverts are the worst. I'm sorry. I know I'm always saying bad things about Taiwan. We're really only about your food and your students and the weather and the adverts and spiders. Taiwan is fine. I like it. I live here. I like it. Right. Here we go. Are you ready? Don't care. Go. TED are good. They do good videos. I like that.
This is the story of 3 plastic bottles.
Can you see this, or should I move it? Move it up.
Empty and discarded. Their journeys are about to diverge.
Diverge means to go in different ways, okay?
With outcomes that impact nothing less than the fate of the planet. But they weren't always this way. To understand where these bottles end up, we must first explore their origins. The heroes of our story were conceived in this oil refinery. The plastic in their bodies was formed by chemically bonding oil and gas molecules together to make monomers. In turn, these monomers were bonded into long polymer chains to make plastic in the form of millions of pellets. Those were melted at manufacturing plants and reformed in molds to create the resilient material that makes up the triplets' bodies. Machines filled the bottles with sweet, bubbly liquid, and they were then wrapped, shipped, bought, opened, consumed, and unceremoniously discarded. And now here they lie, poised at the edge of the unknown. Bottle 1, like hundreds of millions of tons of his plastic brethren, ends up in a landfill. This huge dump expands each day as more trash comes in and continues to take up space. As plastics sit there being compressed amongst layers of other junk, rainwater flows through the waste and absorbs the water-soluble compounds it contains, and some of those are highly toxic. Together, they create a harmful stew called leachate, which can move into groundwater, soil, and streams, poisoning ecosystems and harming wildlife. It can take bottle 1 an agonizing 1,000 years to decompose. Bottle 2's journey is stranger, but unfortunately no happier. He floats on a trickle that reaches a stream that flows into a river, and a river that reaches the ocean. After months lost at sea, he's slowly drawn into a massive vortex where trash accumulates, a place known as the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Here, the ocean's currents have trapped millions of pieces of plastic debris. This is one of 5 plastic-filled gyres in the world's seas, places where the pollutants turn the water into a cloudy plastic soup. Some animals, like seabirds, get entangled in the mess. They and others mistake the brightly colored plastic bits for food. Plastic makes them feel full when they're not, so they starve to death and pass the toxins from the plastic up the food chain. For example, it's eaten by lanternfish. The lanternfish are eaten by squid. The squid are eaten by tuna. And the tuna are eaten by us. And most plastics don't biodegrade, which means they're destined to break down into smaller and smaller pieces called microplastics, which might rotate in the sea eternally. But Bottle 3 is spared the cruel purgatories of his brothers. A truck brings him to a plant where he and his companions are squeezed flat and compressed into a block. Okay, this sounds pretty bad too, but hang in there. It gets better. The blocks are shredded into tiny pieces, which are washed and melted so they become the raw materials that can be used again. As if by magic, Bottle 3 is now ready to be reborn as something completely new. For this bit of plastic with such humble origins, suddenly the sky is the limit.
All right. So, how long does it take for a plastic bottle to decompose? Yeah, 1,000 years. Wow. How many plastic-filled garbage patches are there in the world's oceans? There are 5. Very good. Why do sea animals starve to death? Yep, they eat the plastic, and then? They eat the plastic debris. So why don't they keep eating? Digest. Well, they feel full, right? Their stomach is full of plastic, but they feel like, oh, I can't eat anymore. But they're not eating anything, right? So they feel full all the time, so they don't eat anymore, and then they just die. How do toxins get from the sea into our bodies? Good. They travel, travel, there should be no S there. Or it travels up, or they travel up the food chain. How is a plastic bottle turned into something else? What kind of verbs did they use? Recycle, but it says it tells you the 过程, the process. You get the plastic, what happens to the plastic? It's compressed, and then? Nope. No, when it's recycled.
But hang in there. It gets better. The blocks are shredded.
Yeah. We learned this before. Shredded, right? We were talking about a recycling plant, and we learned the word shredded. So they are compressed. Shredded means cut into small pieces.
Into tiny pieces, which are washed
They're washed,
and melted.
melted. We learned melted as well, right? What? 融化, right?
So they become the raw materials that can be used again.
All right. So that was it. The bottles are compressed, shredded, washed, and melted to become raw materials. Raw material, here is like basic, the 最基本的, right? The most basic material. All right, it's almost time. So, I know we read this before, but there's a grammar point about this, so we need to look quickly again. All right? We're not going to read the whole thing. All right? Just, I want to, it's okay. Take a break first. And in the break, you can continue to think about my wife's Christmas present. Yes.
You know that Taiwanese people don't know about Carol of the Bells.
They don't know about what?
About Carol of the Bells. They don't know song Carol of the Bells.
Carol of the Bells.
No one knows.
But they don't know a lot. Well, they don't celebrate Christmas.
Hmm?
You mean Carol of the Bells, a
Yeah.
Christmas carol?
Ah. Carol of Christmas, yes, yeah.
You mean that carol, the Christmas carol?
Yeah.
Carol of the Bells?
学习会员方案。
Wait, let me listen. Maybe I don't know the name. Oh, these adverts. Oh, it's slow. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. You don't know this song? No? Never mind. They're not Christian. They're not. They don't celebrate.
I know, but it's
Don't celebrate
world,
Christmas.
famous.
Well, never mind. Do you know? What's the Chinese New Year song? 恭喜恭喜恭喜
I
你.
know this song.
You know this one?
Yes.
God, I had to sing that one in secondary school when I was teaching them. Right. So we read this last week, right? Sam and Larry. Bedtime is over. Larry. Slap. Yeah, you hit him because I can't. Right. Take a break. Don't take a break. Look, take a break. Take a shower. Take the special boat. Take care. Take 129 days. What does take mean?
Take some.
But take a break. Does that mean to take a break? It means have a rest. What about take 29 days? What does take mean here? It said the whole journey took 129 days. What does take here mean? What? Duration. It means spend time, right? What about take care? Yeah. What about take the boat? Right, 坐, right? It means to use a kind of transportation, right? So take has many different meanings, depending on how it's used. Right, so we can use it for transportation, daily routine, okay, so take a walk, take a shower, even take a coffee. Length of time, and then things like take time is just an idiom. An idiom just means something which is commonly used, but which maybe doesn't have, the true meaning is lost. So take care, maybe it doesn't mean take care. But so, don't worry about that. So to take has lots of different uses, okay? It can be to move or carry something, right? So I forgot to take my bag with me. So here it means like na or dai, right? Andy, are you following me? Here. Oh. Right. It can be to need or require a certain amount of time. So in Chinese this would be like 花时间, right? 要花多少时间? To take something, so to 坐船, 坐火车等等. To remove something without permission. So to take, he took my phone, means he stole my phone, right? Or he took my bag, he stole my bag. It can be also to eat or drink something, right? To take sugar, to take a sandwich, right? It can be to record or write something down, to take notes. Or yeah, to perform an action, to take a look or take a break. Okay? We also use them with phrasal verbs. You remember phrasal verbs? Can you tell me what a phrasal verb is? Say again? Look, look,
After.
look after. Are you telling me to go away? Go away, my love. So take the word look after. What kind of word is this? It's a verb. What about after? What kind of word is this? It's not really an adverb. It's a preposition. Well, it can be. Yeah, it can be an adverb. Usually it would be afterwards, would be an adverb, right? So this is a phrasal verb. A phrasal verb is a verb plus a preposition. Give me another example. Go. Fine, go away. Yeah, good, yeah, it is. Any others? Give me a different verb. We go, look,
Throw away.
throw away. Yeah, well, okay. We got away, but yes, throw. Throw out, you could say throw out. The meaning is the same, almost. Right? So throw out is diu plus or something. But throw up is tu. Is throw up. Right? Throw up can also be like this. To throw, but up. But it also means to vomit. Right? So if we change the preposition, the meaning will change entirely. Right? We did this before the midterm with get. Right? We had get out, get in, get over. So we can do the same with take. Okay? So how many different you can have a little discussion about how many phrasal verbs can you think of that use take? What does that mean? So take away, it can be, yeah, to taitso. Right. What else? Care is not a preposition. I mean, yes, you could say take care. Any others? I mean, I'll show you some in a moment, so, but just want to get your ideas. Can you think of any? Take about. No. I don't think. Take after is one. What does take after mean? Yeah, so take after means kind of like to copy or resemble. So you could say, I take after my father. It means I look like my father, or I do the same things my father does. Right? Any others? Take account of. Yeah, again, account isn't really a preposition. Well, let's have a look at some. So, I will let you read these. So you've got, for example, take off, and you have a sentence here. Plane will take off in 2 hours. I want you to tell me what the verb, a different verb with the same meaning, right? So tell me the meaning of take off, take over, take in, all right? So give me you can use a different verb but with the same meaning. I'll give you a few minutes to think about that. You can discuss in groups if you want, but you don't want to, so. Or you can just think about it yourself. Can you see the sentences? They're quite small. know all your secrets. I was a student too once. It's like when when I'm doing exams, you know, and you're doing exams, and I'm looking to check, right, if you're working. And sometimes you see students, they look at other people's papers, and then they see me, and I'm looking at them, and they see me, and they go, like, do you think I'm stupid? Right. Any ideas? Yeah, good. Shouldn't take too long. So, take off. The plane will take off in 2 hours. Give me, yeah, fly or, it's actually fly, really. Right? So a lot of these have more than one meaning. So take off can also mean become very popular. Right? So for example, you could say bubble tea, Jeonju-nai-cha, bubble tea, has taken off in the UK. It means everyone has started to drink bubble tea. Right? It means become popular. So 2 meanings. Take over. The firm is a company. So the company they needed restructuring when he took over. Can you think in English, can you think of another verb? Yeah, to control, right? So for example, I don't know, you guys all play games, right? So say you're playing a game and you're losing, right? Lucas is playing and he's losing, and then Charlie goes, get out of the way, I'll do it. He will take control. He will take over, right? Do you know this animal here? You ever heard a hyena laughing? Let's have a listen. It's exactly the same. That's amazing. See, you got the hyenas making cookies in the next room. It's a Christmas miracle. Right. Take in. So I didn't take in much of what the teacher... Yeah, that should be much of what the teacher said, but it sounds like every lesson... I need to find who that is. And record and make it my ringtone, you know. Every time someone calls me, ha ha ha. Right. Take in means to understand or comprehend, right? So I didn't take in what the teacher said, I didn't understand what the teacher said. Take out. The dentist has to take out this tooth. You don't delete a tooth. But you're close. Pull out, but what do you just say if you take something and you... 取掉. What's that in English? Remove. Remove something, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Take after means to, well, it could be to copy or to resemble. Resemble means look like, right? Yes, and 像. But again, it doesn't have to only be the way it looks. It can be a behavior, right? So usually it's the way you look, but it can also be the way you act, or what you say, or how you say it. Right? Take on. So don't demonstrate. Not really. Don't take on more responsibilities than you can handle. No.
Do more than you can. Stuff like that.
Yeah, what's the word?
No,
In Chinese, it's 忍受, I think. In English, you'd say, well, actually to accept the job or responsibility, but the word really that you should use is to bear. And it's this, it's not bear like a bear, but it means to carry. But carry like a 责任, like a responsibility, or a 负担, a burden, right? To bear a burden. Take down. I can take down the messages that come in. Yeah, just means to write something, take down. It could also be to take something down, right? So say you have the picture on the wall, you can take it down, right? Or remove, so you can take something off social media, you take it down from social media. Take up. I'm not very good at basketball, I only took it up recently. Yeah, it's to start a hobby, actually. So it's take up means, yeah, it's to start doing something as a hobby. Are you trying to tell me that I'm not Christmassy enough for you? You want this teacher? You want everyone to be laughing and having fun? Is that what you want? You want a happy Christmas? Is that what you're telling me?
you're a Grinch, you know.
I am the Grinch. Do you know the Grinch? Do you know the Grinch? He hates Christmas? No? You never seen this? Oh, guys. What a life you never had. Oh well. It's very it's very good. He pretends to be Santa, but then he steals people's Christmas presents and trees and anyway. It's good. Right. By the way, do you know this is called what was the name of this boat? Do you remember? We read this about the boat made of bottles. You remember? Last week. What was the name of the boat? The plastiki. Why is it called the plastiki? Does anyone know? Well, the plastic, yes, is because it's made of plastic. What about the iki at the end? Any ideas? It's actually named after a very famous boat. It wasn't really it was a boat, but it was more like a... Have you ever heard of, well, it's this one. The Kon-Tiki. Have you ever heard of the Kon-Tiki? No? Well, you're going to learn about it now. All right? When I was very young, my mother bought me the guy, I don't know which one he is, maybe, I don't know. But one of these guys, his name is Thor Heyerdahl. He was Thor, yeah. Thor is a very popular name he's from Norway. And it's a common name. From the god, right? You know the word Thursday comes from Thor. Thor's day. You don't know this? Well, the names of the days in English come from gods, right? Most of them, except Sunday and Monday, which comes from the sun and the moon. But Tuesday comes from Tyr, who is a god from Norway. Wednesday is Wotan, which is our name for Odin. Thursday is Thor. And Friday is Frigg, who was, I think, the wife of Odin. So they all come from the old Nordic gods. Anyway, so we're going to watch, his name was Thor Heyerdahl, and he was a anthropologist. I don't know that word in Chinese. 人类学家, right? And he had an idea that Polynesia, Nandaoyu, right? Or Polynesia. The people from Polynesia originally came from South America. That was his idea, right? Now, South America and Polynesia are very far, right? And people said, well, it's impossible. It's too far. But he had an idea that they could sail, that they had boats, they had technology, and they could sail that far, even a long time ago. And to prove that it could be done, he built a boat using the same material, the same technology from a long time ago. And he sailed with a group of other people from South America to Polynesia. Jesus Christ. Anyway, and his boat was called Kontiki. So we're going to watch a little video. I would like you to answer these questions. Right. I just told you the answer to this one. From which continent? What's a continent, Kate? How many continents are there, Kate?
I don't know.
You don't know, me neither. No one knows. I don't know. Wikipedia told me. And Wikipedia gave 3 different answers. Right. So from which continent did Heyerdahl, remember Heyerdahl is the man, right? Think Polynesians came from? Number 2, from which country did they leave? Right? So they sailed, but from which country? Number 3, in which year did they set off? Here's another phrasal verb. Set off means to depart, leave. Right? So in which year? Number 4, what 2 things pushed their raft? Raft is a kind of boat, right? I don't know what do you call it? A raft? Raft. It's a kind of, this is a raft. What the hell is it? Well, yeah, that's a raft. It's like a raft, right? It's a very basic kind of boat, like that, okay? So, what 2 things pushed their raft? My God, it's impossible to teach at Christmas time. Right, number 5. How many kilometers did they travel each day on average? What's average? 平均, right? So, every day, how far? How far did they travel? Right, number 6. After how many days at sea did they finally make contact? Make contact means meet Polynesians. And then number 7, how did Polynesians call the boat, or what did they call the boat? Okay? So Thor Heyerdahl called the boat Kontiki, but what did the Polynesians call the boat, right? So let's have a look. He wrote a book about the journey. It's amazing. I read it when I was young, but I still have the old copy, and it's a beautiful book. So I recommend, if you can find it, you should read it. I think the subtitles are not great. They're not. They're
area.
right. He's not speaking English. Actually, he's speaking Norwegian. So the subtitles are not correct because it's not English.
Although the Polynesian islands are located in an area of the Pacific that is situated closest to America, it has nevertheless been assumed that these people originally came from the Asiatic fringe, the cradle of the human race. But despite all the research carried out in this area, no solution to the problem has been forthcoming.
Right, so what he means is no one knows where, and this is in 1950, so it's like 70 years ago, right? He says no one knows where Polynesians come from originally, right? Because they cannot just magically appear on the island. They have to travel from somewhere, right? But they don't know from where.
As the scientific data I'd accumulated had convinced me that Indians from South America had settled in the islands of the Pacific, and bearing in mind the fact that their only seagoing vessels were balsa rafts, I came to the conclusion that these balsa rafts must possess characteristics of which, so far, we were unaware. The only way to test my theory was to build one of these rafts on the basis of the Spanish descriptions, launch it in the sea off the coast of Peru, and find out if wind and current would in fact waft us ashore. On April the 28th, 1947, the Pelicans, for the first time for hundreds of years, were startled at the sight of a balsa raft heading for the open sea. We were on our own, afloat on our 9 balsa woods. After a month, the Kon-Tiki was way out in the ocean. The Humboldt current carried us north almost as far as the equator, after which we struck out straight across the Pacific. Ocean currents accounted for about 1/3 of our actual speed, and the rest was the gift of the trade wind. The elements were driving us relentlessly west at an average rate of 42.5 nautical miles a day, or about 80 kilometers. Our record for one single 24-hour stretch was 130 kilometers. After being at sea for 93 days, the lookout climbed the mast one morning and announced that he could see land, a low, palm-clad South Sea island. We were in fact so close to the shore that natives on the beach caught sight of the Kon-Tiki and paddled out in a canoe to welcome us. This meant that we had made contact with our first Polynesians. We realized now that the overriding factor was not distance, but direction. We had drifted automatically 1/5 the way round the globe in a westerly direction. I don't think any of us will ever forget the wonderful feeling of stepping on warm, dry sand and walking on solid ground after spending 101 days on a heaving raft. But the natives were most interested in finding out what sort of boat had managed to land us safe and sound through the breakers on the windward side of the reef. When they waded out and saw the Kon-Tiki, they exclaimed that this wasn't a boat, it was a pei-pei. Tay Chief, who spoke French, explained that pei-pei was the name of the sort of vessels described in the ancestral legends. Pei-pei or rongo-rongos of this kind were well known in the past and were used by their distant ancestors for ocean voyages. In company with the natives, we made our way to their island. Here we planted various seedlings that we had brought with us across the ocean, just as their forefathers had done 1,500 years ago. A few weeks later, news of the arrival of the Kon-Tiki in French Polynesia had spread from New York to Paris and from Paris to Tahiti, where the governor dispatched a boat to fetch us.
That was it. All right. So, man, where's a lion when you need one? So from which continent did he think Polynesians came from? Guys, come on, that was the easiest question. Any ideas? Is anyone watching the video? What? Thank you very much, Kate. It was South America. Where do Polynesians actually come from? Does anyone know? Where do their continents Well, Polynesia is an area. Where are their ancestors from? Any ideas? You'll be very surprised.
From the sea.
From the sea? You can't just, they're not mermaids. They don't have like half man, half fish. You know, they don't come from the sea. Just say, stay with us. You're almost there. What? Yes, Taiwan. Yes. Yes. So Taiwan's Yuanzhumin and the Polynesians have the same ancestors. And the furthest we can go back in time is Taiwan. So, yes. Actually, many of the words are the same. Still. So, from which country did they leave? Which country in South America? Did anyone hear? What? What's Los Angeles? What? Los Angeles. Right, number one, Los Angeles is not a country. And number two, it's not in South America. Ask a geography question to a Taiwanese, you get that kind of answer. Right. Oh dear.
Big data settled in the islands of the Pacific. And bearing in mind that the rafts must possess where Spanish descriptions. Launch it in the sea off the coast of Peru.
Peru. Where's Peru? What is Peru? Oh. Does he not get tired? That is Peru. That is South America. Okay? That is Peru. And they traveled all the way across to Polynesia. In what year did they set off? I think you weren't watching the video because no one knows anything. Anyone? What year did they leave? You make me very sad, freshmen. You make me very sad.
And current would in fact 1947.
Thank you. 1947, the year before my father was born. What two things pushed their boat? Well, it was the currents, that's the, the flow of the water. Yes. Well, not, hailang is like a wave. The currents are usually under. I don't know how to say current in Chinese. Yang liu. Okay. So that and the winds. So how many kilometers did they travel each day on average? It's like in a day. Why do you two have things stuck up your nose? Don't know? Google it. Jesus Christ. Oh, right, it was 80 kilometers. How many days were they at sea? Oh my God. Well, it was 19. Well, all right, so. I think they saw people after 93 days, they saw the land. And then they got off the boat in 101 days, yes. How did Polynesians call the boat? Yeah, Pepe. Good. I don't know if that was 93 or 101. And that's how far they traveled. From Callao in Peru to Tuamotus Islands. So very far. 7,436 kilometers on a raft. It's quite amazing. And if you want, you can go to the Kon-Tiki Museum in Norway, if you ever visit Norway. Yeah, it's very beautiful, Norway. Does anyone know where Norway is? You really don't know? That's Norway. No way. No. It means the North Way. Yeah. And Oslo is there. Okay. So the Kon-Tiki Museum is somewhere there. Yeah. Nice place, Norway. So yeah, you can see the real boat in Norway still. All right, guys. So we'll finish there today. All right. I'll give you some homework because you need it. And when is your exam? Your finals? Is it 2 weeks, 3 weeks? January 3rd, right? You remember you have your presentations. The one that you did. I'm telling you. These ones. You remember these presentations? You did yours. You did it. You emailed me. You did it about some Ukrainian festival. You remember these? Cheese rolling, right? You remember. You're going to do them next week. Next week. Next week. Should I say it again? Next week. Under 5 minutes each. 5 minutes. All right? You've already done them. You already have your PPTs here, so you're going to come up, do the presentations. All right? Did you guys do one? Do you have, well, would you, so, the homework, it was a long time ago. When was this? October. To do a presentation about a festival. I think you were in Mozambique at the time. I remember talking to you about this. But I was talking about a festival, right? From somewhere in the world. Would you like to talk about a festival from Mozambique? Like a holiday, special holiday in Mozambique? Something quite, unique? Yeah? You and Andrew can present together if you want. Yeah? So you can choose, it can be anything. A festival. Something, if you have something special in Mozambique that's quite unique, that would be nice. And you can tell us about it. Yeah? If not, you can choose something different, something you're interested in. Yeah? It's just you have to do a PowerPoint. 5 minutes. Right? So, not much. If you go to the, says research and describe a festival or celebration from another country. You must include this information. So, what does the festival celebrate? When and why did it begin? What kind of things do you do during the festival? Is there any special food? Do people wear costumes or masks? All right. Oh, I don't know why it's done this. Anyway, include pictures. Right. Just an introduction about the festival. Okay. So next week we'll start 1:30. Boom. First group up here. I will choose the groups. Okay. Just Yaojun Beihao. Okay. So practice your pronunciation. Read the PowerPoints together or in your dorm or something. Okay? Good. And I'll see you next week.